Yo, it's Gary here, and we're gonna check out the Dauntless forums. And over here we have an official fact thread that people ask questions about the game, and you have a community moderator here that clarifies some questions for you guys. So Crash, thank you for answering these for you guys. So Dauntless is a co-op action RPG. Discover a shattered world, forge powerful weapons, and hunt ferocious biomods. Come in to 2017. Okay, when can I play Dauntless? We are currently operating the Dauntless Tech Alpha. The Dauntless Founders Alpha will start August 18th. You can learn more about that in the Founders Pack. After this test, we will go into Dauntless Closed Beta this summer. So it's near the end of the summer, so Dauntless will then go into the open beta this fall. So look forward to that, guys. Dauntless is playable tomorrow. Will Dauntless be coming to consoles? We're not currently planning on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, or Switch version of Dauntless, but never say never. So if you guys keep requesting and giving support to Phoenix Labs, maybe they'll be on Xbox and PlayStation. So keep asking for the console versions, guys. It'd be really nice to be playing this on your Xbox, not just on your computer, but that would be fun. Will Dauntless support controllers? Yes, of course. Dauntless will natively support many controllers, including the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 gamepads. So if you do have the Xbox One S controller, you can connect a Bluetooth straight up to uh, your gaming rig, or if you have the 360, you can go ahead and buy your wireless adapter and then connect that wirelessly to your PC there. What languages will Dauntless be available in? We are working to localize Dauntless for English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, and Brazilian Portuguese. We will work on other languages in the future, so of course like Japanese or like any Asian languages will be beneficial to the Dauntless community, and of course they're working on that, and maybe they'll localize that game to that area as well. What are the system requirements for Dauntless? So of course people want to know. Here it is. You gotta have at least i5, 4 gig of RAMs, at least Windows 7, and it's targeting performance at 720 low res. And then of course it tells you right here the recommend specs. So at least a graphics card of a GTX 970, DX11, i7, and Windows 10. Will there be Dauntless servers outside of North America? Of course. We're committed to creating a great experience for Slayers around the world, including Europe, Asia, and Australia. To this end, we'll have servers to support players wherever they are. We will have more information about these servers and when are they available. Okay, so what is Ramsgate? Ramsgate is a social center where you meet fellow Slayers, enhance and craft gear, select missions, and interact with other Slayers. It's a living, breathing place that we will know you'll love spending time in. So, of course, it's going to be like a little hub, like the Destiny's Tower, where you interact with other players. You check out their specs. You recruit or whatever. So, will Dauntless have a story lore? Yes, absolutely. It wouldn't be Dauntless without a story. So, the Shattered Isles is a living, breathing place where history and a future that you will help shape. So, yeah, Dauntless seems like it's in a place where you're at a brink of extinction and you want to, rebuild your community there. So, of course, more lore. They always add more lore when they make an announcement or stuff like that. So, check it out. Will I make my own character? Of course, at the beginning, you'll start creating your Slayer from scratch. From there, you'll change the abilities by crafting weapons and armor. So, yeah, of course, and a good way to start is signing up and claiming your name, reserving that. Does Dauntless have classes? Dauntless does not feature traditional class system. Instead, each weapon will have its own unique attack abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. We want players to be able to approach each situation dynamically by changing their loadout without locking anyone into a rigid role. So there is no a leveling system. So I guess this is why there's no limitations on the classes. So you're able to switch out any weapon. Will Dauntless have crafting? Of course, you can read more about that in the webpage here on Dauntless. So you can craft like potions and stuff like that, or of course weapons as well and armor. What weapons and armor will be available? We're still planning to announce many more weapons and armor and options, but you can get your first taste in one of the blogs here on the webpage. So yeah, of course they have the axe, the hammer, the sword, and the the chain blades. So check that out, guys. Will there be a ranged weapon? Yes, there will be a ranged weapon. It's been demanded already. And just like Monster Hunter, they do have ranged weapons, so a lot of players would want that in Dauntless. So yeah, check out the forums, and seems like they're in the works with that. Will there be one continuous world, or will Dauntless use instances? You will form a group of Slayers in Ramsgate and then head off to one of many islands, and the islands are pretty good in size and terrain and varies. To give you an idea of size, the flare seen in the trailer is used to signal a location to other Slayers if you split up. So this is the reason why they have flares, is to locate where other players are, because the world is pretty big, and I guess it's seamless, so you're able to keep traveling and not have load times like a dungeon to dungeon or map to map based type of game. So almost like GTA. Are islands split into smaller areas? Islands are seamless. You will not need to load between areas. Just like I mentioned before, it's kind of like, GTA. If you see something from a distance, there's a chance you can get there. Will there be friendly fire? No, I guess there's no reason to, but PvP will be really nice. Will there be a smaller behemoths on islands? While we are working on multiple behemoth encounters, we are not planning to have smaller or lesser versions of behemoths roaming around. However, there are smaller creatures like rams, like sheep or whatever, roaming around that you can interact with. So you can like attack rams, and maybe they'll drop like loot for you guys. Will there be named behemoths? There are, in fact, rumors, especially for terrifying and deadly behemoths that carry their own legends. So, of course, they're going to introduce bigger behemoths, and then, you know, um, uh, just more lore and legends to the game, and take them down. Will there be a larger behemoths for parties larger than four? We're committed on making four-player interactions and encounters as fun as they can. We make we may explore larger encounters in the future, but four slayers is the maximum at launch. So of course in the future you might have like a party of four or maybe 16 and take on huger behemoths in the future. Uh, bigger contents. Will Dauntless have PvP? Dauntless will not have PvP at launch, but we are looking into the elements for the future. Let us know what you think. So if you guys keep demanding PvP, maybe they'll implement it in the future. I mean, this type of game would be nice to have PvP. I mean, Monster Hunter never really had that, so I guess this would be really great and it can really stand out. Dauntless. Will Dauntless have guilds and clans? Yes, of course. This is what it's about. Online games need clans and guilds, so you can learn more about that in the webpage. Will there be a leaderboard or a similar feature? Some of our favorite memories in gaming involve cooperative competition. We want to bring those experiences to Dauntless. We're experimenting with the best way to do that. If it's leaderboards, then we will pursue that. Well, of course, people want to find out who has slain the most, and clans, what clans stand out. Will there be trading? No, for many reasons, including we are not ready. We will, including that we really want players to own their own victories, much like against for power. Pay for power. We want players to present and reflect their experience. So trading can ruin the game. I mean, if there's a newbie and has like the most powerful weapons, since there is no level limit that can ruin it. So I guess this is the reason why there's no trading. So that way, whoever you see looks flashy, they've earned that legend. That look. Will there be pets? We are not planning to have combat enabled pets at launch, but it seems like they will. So stick around and hope for it, guys. Keep asking. Will there be cooking? Probably not. I mean, Monster Hunter does have cooking, so uh, yeah, we have a lot of dedicated cooks and gourmets in the studio, so don't be surprised if they do implement that in Dauntless in the future. So look into that. Can armor be modified or tweaked? Slayers can tweak their armor and equipment does uh does with different armor sets, mixing and matching abilities. We'll have more information about that soon. So I guess if you do have a full armor set, like a Pangar armor set, maybe you'll have like a blue glow, and maybe that's what the fans are asking for, or probably they're asking if you can add additional stuff to that armor. So maybe in the future they will, but there's gonna be more information about that coming soon. So check that out, guys. And yeah, will Dauntless feature arts and mounting? We want to nail down the core of Dauntless before moving on to systems like mounting. Combat will be fast, visceral, and satisfying. There will be ways to differentiate your combo style with different weapon special attacks. So of course they do want to put mounts, but I guess not at that moment. So it would be nice to have to be on like a mount, and then you can go ahead and attack, you know, bigger Behemoths with better mobility. So I guess right now it's still in the alpha phase. So maybe they gotta start from the beginning, and hopefully, if the fans demand it enough, we'll see mounts in the game. Will there be new weapons and Behemoths after launch? Of course, one of the great things about being a free to play game is that we will continue to add more and more content, including like new weapons after the game is released without needing to wait for large expansion packs. So slowly or maybe um, they're gonna keep adding new stuff every time. That way, we don't wait on big expansions. But of course, they're gonna be introducing bigger Behemoths. So yeah, check that out. Dauntless, guys. Official fact thread, and yeah, there you have it.